Welcome back. Of course, it's the Daybreak Africa if you're just joining us. And today we have a very interesting topic before us to discuss today. We're talking on relationship between in-laws. This is a topic that is inspired by Pastor Funke Adejoke. It's a serious thing that is going on social media now. How should you act as a lady when you are meeting your in-laws for the first time and every other thing that it entails? Of course, to do justice to this wonderful topic, to it in the studio with us today is Mrs. Adejoke Moses, who is a counselor. A very good morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning, Ma. Thank you for joining us this morning.
I must say Happy New Year to you.
Anyways, I'm very sure you must have seen the clip where the pastor was enlightening young ladies on how to behave when they get to their in-laws' place at the very first time, how they should eat, how they should probably sit, their communication, you know, and all of that. So to begin with, what do you think a lady should do when she gets to her in-laws' place for the very first time? Let's start with the ladies.
Going to your in-laws place for the very first time, since it is a place you have not been before, courtesy demand that first you should be polite. Before any other thing, try to observe things. When you get to any place, either it is your in-laws place or wherever, when you get to any place for the very first time, try as much as you can to be polite and try to study your environment. Try to study the happenings in the environment. Try to observe how things are done. You know, you may be coming from a very different place. The way they behave in that place may be different from where you are coming from. We are not being raised by the same person. We are not being trained in the same way. So if you are reaching anywhere for the very first time, it doesn't matter what you know or what you don't know. The first thing I think any right-minded person should do is try to observe the environment. Try to observe how things are being run in that place before you can freely be part of it. That is what I think. It doesn't matter either it is to your in-laws place or wherever. Going to any place for the very first time, even if it is going to a church, for the very first time, try and observe the environment so as to know how to flow in such an environment. That's what I think.
All right. Now, I will say most people believe that fake do sell a lot. And at the end of the day, we lose the touch of originality in situations like this. Most people will say, okay, when you are going to a place like this, your in-laws place, going to a place for the first time, as you said, any place, you have to behave yourself, you have to be modest, you have to be this. But at the end of the day, we might lose touch with originality of that person. So where do we place originality and sincerity and being modest in this kind of situation?
You know something, there is no way. I always tell people, when they say people can pretend, actually people can pretend, I know. But the fact that you are observing a place for the first time doesn't say you won't be who you are. The fact that you are going there for the first time, studying, observing, looking at it, won't take away your originality. That is me. I believe it will take. You will still be who you are. You may just even react at a particular time without you being conscious of it, because that is who you are. You may just see something that maybe caught your attention. You have even reacted before you remember, oh, I have said I won't see anything for the first time, or I will just sit and watch and look. So I don't believe it can erode. I know some people can pretend though. Some people can really pretend, but if sincerely you are who you are, it will get to a stage. It's not that immediately you get inside, you just started behaving. No, at least if you have been sitting for 10, 15, 20 minutes, ordinarily, your original self will try to come up. It's you now that may want to try to suppress it, maybe because of the environment or whatever. But going to a place for the very first time, you trying to be courteous doesn't mean you will lose your originality. You will still be who you are. And before you know what is happening, a conversation may just break up that you will be part of, and you will forget that you are visiting the place for a very first time, it will still take away your originality. That is my belief.
Well, as regards this particular scenario where one gets to their in-laws place for the very first time, they're trying to put up that polite nature and all of it. Now, it's also believed that at that moment, so just like you've said, many people tend to pretend and all of that. Now, finding out other aspect or of that particular person, and a situation whereby the partner who brought this person home is probably not even seeing those negative attributes. What do you think the in-laws should do at that particular point?
You know, as human being, I respect individual differences a lot. I know that even if you have 2-3 children, you won't expect all of them to behave exactly the same way. There will still be a little differences. If somebody is coming to your place, your son or your daughter is bringing somebody home for the first time, as the in-law, that one, you are older than these people, you know much better than them, you are the one that should initiate whatever you want to happen. It is the way it is the way I am being received that will determine how I will relate. You as the elderly person that they are coming to visit is the one that should initiate the rapport. Then looking for seeing flaws that maybe the suitor is not seeing. You know, we human beings have this nature. The way you are is the way you will react to everybody. Some people are just fault finders. That is all they are experts in. They've had a lot of things. You have not experienced some things. Because some people say it doesn't mean that is how it should be exactly. If somebody is coming to your house for the very first time, some people believe you do this to try the person, you do this. You don't need to try anybody. Please, we are not Satan. Don't put anybody into trial. The one that is coming may not miss it because that is who he or she is. Anything may happen that can make anyone to miss anything. You just try to be as friendly as you are. You are the one receiving the visitor. So you are the one that should show hospitality. Do all you can. As much as the person that is coming for the first time is observing, you that they are coming to meet is also observing. And after you've seen some things, maybe you are the one that you still put it right. Oh, my dear, when we were talking the other time, you said something like this. Is it really? It may not be what that person have in mind. You may pick him or her out of context. Just give the person the opportunity to express, to say what bring about that thing that maybe he have said sometimes or whatever he has done sometimes. So I believe much depend on who is receiving the person that is coming. Much depend on that person to really know who is coming, the way that person is or the way the person is not. So it is the way you receive the person that will determine if we are all human beings now. We can all read if we are accepted. We can all read if we are not needed. If I need you, if I accept you, there is a way I will show it. I may not go out on you for the very first time. I may not throw myself totally at you, but there are ways, gestures and things. The most you are, the way you are observing, the same way I am observing. So the elderly one that is receiving should be the one that should make the visit, that should make the person to be comfortable, so that is when you can really get to the person. Let the person be. You let the person be. If you let the person be, then whatever you want to see, you will see. But if you try to make everything official, that person too will be so official, and at the end, we may not get what we need to get.
All right, now I want to go a bit deeper, especially now. Most people will say, talking about the wife and the mother-in-law. And a wife will say a man will leave his father and mother and cling onto his wife. Now, this is a situation of who is more important, especially when we've seen difficult mother-in-laws, especially in situations like, okay, you are coming to visit, and at the end of the day, you become the dictator of the house. This is a very big issue that is very hard to solve, especially for men. In this kind of situation, a woman is going to cut that verse of the Bible to go for her own favor, and the mother too will also have the verse to back her up. In this kind of situation, what do you expect the man to do?
You know, it is always a wife that will become a mother-in-law. It is a wife that will eventually become a mother-in-law. Many of us women have this nature of carrying things over. I am a wife. Now that I am a wife, there's a way my husband treats me. There's a way my husband accepts me. There's a way my husband carries me. And now I have a son. Before my son even gets to the age of bringing anybody home, I should be preparing my mind. Will nobody pray to enter into a wrong relationship? Some will now say because of the way their husband treats them, they are going to retaliate when their son has a wife or when their son brings home a lady. It is wrong. The fact that your in-laws don't accept you, maybe your mother-in-law was still in charge even while you are married, that doesn't say you should now make up your mind that when your son now gets married too, you are going to be in charge. They always put a man in a very difficult position. Man is always in a very difficult position, choosing between the wife and the mother. But still, it is man that will do that thing. These people are two different people in your life. They occupy two different positions in your life. They are not in competition. These two people are not in competition. Some men don't know when maybe it is the wife that is trying to compete. Some men don't know how to talk to her and make her change. They may be supporting their mother against the wife. Some will be supporting the wife against the mother. It is wrong. It is the man that must have a very large heart. You are the one that has a mother. This is somebody that nurtured you in her womb, carried you till you are now going to get married. Now you've gotten a wife. This is somebody that gave herself to you, that gave her totality to you. She changed her name because of you. Her stature will change because of you. Everything about her will change because of you. You are the one that will be in the position to know what to say to your mother. Some men are not matured. Many a times when we don't hear some things, the reaction is very minimal. But maybe I'm discussing with my husband, and I tell my husband I don't like the way your mom, maybe the way your mom address my children. It will be a foolish man that will go to the mother directly and quoted the wife exactly the way she said it, and say to the, you can't say it to your mother and she won't be, something will just spring up in her, and you'll be thinking, at least I brought you up and you are good. So why should your wife think so? A man should be in a position that you swallow some things here, you swallow some things here, you bring the balance. Let your wife always know, this is who you are. You are the love of my life. I love you. Let your mother always know, you are my queen. Your wife is a queen. Your mother is a queen. It's only that the palace they want to rule in now. And if you accept your mother who she is, treat your mother and let your wife, from beginning, from courtship, I've been saying a lot of things. From courtship, if you have a mother, let your so-called fiancée see her as her own mother. That is where all this issue comes from. From beginning, there has always been separation. This is my mother-in-law. This is my mother. The moment we are coming into relationship, I believe two families are coming together to become one. That is my belief. The moment we say our children are into courtship, maybe they are going to eventually get married, we should not begin to see ourselves as two families again. We must try as much as possible to see ourselves as one family. If we see ourselves as one family, it will be difficult for either the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law to want to misbehave. I know there are some children that are, as much as they are trained, some are trained though, some are trained, it's only that they refuse to abide by the training. Your mother-in-law can as well give birth to you. Your father-in-law can as well give birth to you. This is what my mother-in-law is doing that I don't like. Can't your mother do it the same to you? If your mother do the same to you, what will you do? Until we come to that stage. So it is a man that should know what to say to the mom, what to say to the wife. Let your mom know her place. Let your wife know her place. When it comes to your home, your marriage, your wife is the owner of the house. Your mom have her own home. She have her own house. But anytime she comes visit, some men will just shift base. They will forget about their wife. It is men that cause many of these things. That is what I will say. Many of these things come from the men. Some will just abandon their wife and they will attach to their mom. Some will abandon their mom and be attached to the wife. The moment both of them are together, you must play a very smart game. If not, you will offend either of the two. And you can't love, you have just one heart. You can't love two women equally. It's not possible. But the love of a mother is different from the love of a wife. They are two different love. The love of a mother is different from the love of a wife. So the man should let the mom know, you are my mom. With everything in me, I honor and respect you. The man should let the wife know, you are the love of my life. With everything in me, I honor and respect you. If the man can just manage the two of them, even if they will have crisis, it will be minimal. But the moment I watched something a day now, the couple want to go out, the mother is always saying want to follow them, and before the couple finish dressing, the mother has gone to sit in front of the car. And when the wife now came out, the wife was standing looking at the husband. Maybe the husband should ask mama to come down. The husband didn't say anything. Mama too was not saying anything. And the wife now asked mama to shift. The back seat was empty all through. And the wife and the mama both sat in the front seat and the man was driving. I said, what a foolish man. Things ought not to get to that point. Before a man should know what to do. Let mama know her place. It is your duty to do. Let mommy know her place. Give mommy her honor. Let your wife give mommy her honor. Mommy and wife should never compete over his son. The man should not allow it. So the man needs a very big heart. He needs God's wisdom. The man needs extra wisdom to be able to relate between two women and make sure things are going perfectly well.
But a situation where the mother is actually the troublemaker, because we've definitely seen such situation where the mother-in-law is the troublemaker and probably wants to overthrow the wife, and the woman keeps being polite and keep carrying on. How do you expect her to handle such situation?
You know, before we say the mother is the troublemaker, are they living with the mother? That is my first question.
Okay.
Are they living together? If they are living together, it is wrong. He's the only son. They have no any other child. So they've given him an apartment. I still said it last week. Rent out the apartment your parents give you and go and rent a room. Mostly when you are newly married. There is no way you can live in a family house and know yourself. There is no way. There are times you need to disagree. Many a times things will be bottled up if you are living in a family house. There are things you will see as a lady, but because the parents of your husband are there, you can't express it. There are things you want to send your husband to help you do. Because the parents are there, you are limited. So many things. So if we say it is the mother that is the real issue, that's my question. Are they living together? If they are living together, that is where the mistake is coming from. If they are not living together, the mama is just coming for a visit. Is it not for a limited time? It's for a limited time. I will just encourage the wife. You know you've tried all you can. And because before they say it now, nobody will point to the mother-in-law. It's the wife they will always refer to. You have known who mama is. Try as much as possible to live with her like she is. I have a sister-in-law then. Even the husband told her when mama was coming visiting that when mama comes, this is what you should do. Don't go beyond this boundary. If you want to cook for mama, this is the type of food you should give mama, the type of meat. But that one now went to her friend and said her mother-in-law is coming to visit. And my husband said I should be giving mama this type. But they say, no, That is what men will say. Oh, go to the market, go and buy solid food, buy good meat, cut big meat, do this and do that. And indeed, she did it. So each time Mama was sitting, they didn't know Mama was packing some meat. They came from the same hometown, but they were living in Lagos then. So when Mama returned back from Lagos, Mama now brought out all those meats and was showing people in their hometown that this is why his son has not built it. And the son has actually built a house. It was that he just chose to live where he was living. This is the reason why his son has not built a house. That this is how the wife is cutting meat. That issue raised a lot of issue. If the wife have listened to the husband from beginning, she won't find herself in such a situation. Every man knows their mother. Every man knows their mother very well. You are the one, it is the man that will take time to lecture the wife. This is who my mom is. Mom can really be difficult. Mom can really be like this. But please, for my sake, every time we are together, if the woman have gotten a foreknowledge of who the mother is, she should, at least for that time that they are together, bear everything. Doesn't matter what the mama may do. Bear it for the sake of your home and the sake of your love. You know, there are times we do things because it has happened to us. That was what I was saying the other time. The way they treated me, I am going to treat anybody that comes my way that way. You can actually overcome that mama with love. There is no one love cannot conquer. Many a time it is not easy for our flesh, but if you allow the love of God to lead you, there is no one love cannot conquer. The man should let the wife really know who the mother is. Don't hide anything because you want to protect your mom. You want to shield her. You don't let your wife know her flaws. Let your wife know her weak point. Let your wife know her excesses, so that I know some women will not take it to be an advantage. You know, all these things are pro and cons. The fact that some men tell their wife their mother's weaknesses, the wife will now take it as a legal ground to insult you. It's wrong. That is why I say it is a wife that will become a mother. So it is what I am as a wife that will still manifest when I become a mother-in-law. It is who I am as a wife that will show when I become a mother-in-law. So if the man have told you, the mom, this is what my mom like this and mom like that, just for the sake of the time that you are together, for the peace of your home, just try and cooperate with her. Just accept whatever she throws at you. At least she will soon leave. But if they are living together, it is even wrong. The Bible says a man will leave his father and his mother. It is compulsory that you must leave. It is compulsory. Leave, even if it's for a while. Leave first. Don't start your home in your family house. Don't start your home in your family house. Leave first. So if it is that mama is coming, at most she will spend 6 months. At most she will spend 6 months. The son should so make it that it should not be more. Why will your mother-in-law be doing with your place for 6 months when you are not sick, your husband is not sick? So the husband still have a lot to do. That's
all right. Now we are going to look into something which you made mention of that really interests me. You talked about courtship. Now we are in an era where most people will even just meet in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, and they get married. And for us to know each other better, I feel like it's a situation of time. Now, if you're going to advise, what is the ideal time duration for a couple to get into courtship?
A proper courtship.
It's like we've discussed this topic here sometimes back. If I say I can't give a specific time, because my sister, let me tell you something. If you live with a man till eternity, if you live with a woman till eternity, you may not completely know each other at once. Human being will be human being. Human being will be human being. But talking about courtship, as much as we need time to know each other, I personally don't support a courtship that is too long, all in the name of I want to know him or I want to know her. That's why I said if you know you are not ready for marriage, don't go into anything called courtship. You are in part 2 in the university, and you've made up your mind that you are going to get married after your youth service. I won't encourage you to go into any serious relation, into any serious courtship. I personally will not advise when we want to be studying each other. We have people of 30 years. When I heard of someone that just divorced, just of recent, marriage of 30 years, I was shocked. And I'm sure what eventually led to this divorce was not something that started when they were in marriage. It was started right from their courtship. That is it. When you hear people have been in marriage for 45 years and they divorce, I take time to sit down and wonder, what is happening? You may meet somebody for 2 weeks and get married. You may meet somebody for 6 years and get married. The person that met for 2 weeks may have a hitch-free marriage, and the one that courted for 6 years may have a problem marriage. That is it. So what are we doing in courtship? Either they spend 6 years or they spend 2 weeks. It is knowing what courtship is meant for. Knowing and doing what courtship is meant for that will really help anybody. Some for the 6 years, all they do is they go partying. All they do is they go sightseeing. All they do is they go taking selfie. They go to crunches. They go to everywhere. They don't really take time to ask that what is the essence of courtship. Courtship is for a purpose. When you are in courtship, it is for a purpose. So many don't have time for that. They just love the fun of it, the fun of saying, I am engaged. Very soon, no matter how long or how quickly, I will get married. They don't take time to want to study anything at all. And the moment you don't take time to study, the moment you take time to observe, how will you know? You won't know. So either it is long or it is short. If you take time to focus, and it doesn't matter how you focus, when I still see some things about my husband, I still wonder, is this the man I've been living for this number of years? When I still do some things, he too still baffles. Is she the one I've been living with for all this year? Human being are just, there are certain things you may not really understand about human being. I'm telling you the truth. There are certain things you may not, it doesn't matter how observant you are. Open your eyes, open everything. There are things you may not see until when the time comes and it begins to show up. Somebody said, they said the man is so humble. They were now asking that what is his financial status. I said he said he's still believing in God. If he's not humble, what will he be? Somebody is poor, he's not rich, you say he's humble. If he's not humble, what will he be? And that we are getting married, we are in courtship for 6 years. The man may not have become anything he can become. It may be in the course of the marriage. You understand me? The same thing the lady. So for you not to have said you have known somebody, you don't know people until people attain some positions, until people are able to lay their hand on certain things. You don't know people. You don't know people. I'm telling you, when some people get to certain positions, that is when you begin to see the real person that they are. My husband used to say it in church every time he's preaching. He said, pray. You know, we women, we like praying. And Father, bless my husband. Father, promote my husband. Father, lift my husband. He said, when you are praying those prayers, always add this to it. When you bless him, make me his priority. When you promote him, let me fit him. If you just pray, Father, bless him, and Father, bless him, and now discover that you are too short. And you understand? You don't really know human being until some things are in place. So that is why I said, either it is 2 weeks or 6 years, human being will still be human being. Human being will still show some things that you will sit down and be wondering, is it the one I've been cutting with? Is this the one I've been going out with? That is the truth about marriage. That is the truth.
Well, there are certain beliefs that when you are getting into marriage, especially for the ladies, when you are getting into marriage, you are marrying a man, you are marrying his family as well, and same goes for the man as well. So some people will come out to tell you that once you notice that the family does not like you, just walk away.
I too will say it.
So
you
why
know,
is this?
We have this belief. It's my husband I marry. I don't marry anybody. It's a lie. It's a lie, my sister. You may actually marry your husband. You may actually marry your husband, and your husband, like, some people go to the extent of doing juju because they don't like you, because they don't accept you, because they don't want you, and they want to prove to their son that you are not the right person. They can do anything. Always pray when you are going to any relationship. As much as the man accepts you, that the family too should accept you. That is the best thing. As much as the lady accepts you, that the family too should accept you. As much as the family accepts you, that the man himself should accept you. You know, there are issues like that. The man don't really accept the lady. It is the family that accept her, and they will tell her, don't worry. There is none that is good. If it is only the man that accepts you, the family doesn't accept you, it is not, you won't find it pleasurable. If it is family that accepts you and the man don't accept you, it is still the same way. The best thing is the man accepts you, the family accepts you. It may not be everybody. You understand me? It may not be the totality of the family may not accept you, but the moment you are able to get mostly the mother to your side, the sisters to your side, those are the people that make trouble in home.
You've won the battle.
You will hardly hear that a father-in-law is causing issue for the daughter-in-law. You will hardly, it do happen, but it is 1/20. It is mostly the mother-in-law and the sister-in-law. So if the mother-in-law is on your side, if the sister-in-laws are on your side, I can tell you, you are free, you are good to go.
So where is the part of love conquers all things?
And love will actually conquer all things. But reality too will tell you that we are still around. That is marriage. So as much as a lady, don't let any man, you are the one you are marrying. No, don't listen. I remember the case with my husband when we were to get married. There were issues here and there. The immediate younger sister was like an antagonist somehow, but we eventually got married. So when we are now married, my husband will now be teaching me this how to deal with them, this how to relate with them, this how to. But I was talking inside myself, obeying you. I won't say anything. Me that I want to stay in this home till Jesus will come. Not tell me to no. I make sure that I brought all of them together. My husband won't call. I'm the one that will pick phone. I'm the one that I was the connecting rod that link all of them back to. I know what I'm doing because I don't want to stay in that home. I don't want to move about. And if I don't say I don't need them, we are not living together now. Some of them are not even in the country. But I make sure that that bond is there because it's still their son. God forbid that anything evil happen. Who will you turn to? Who will you call? When you are the only one, it is you and your husband. Who will you talk to? Who will you call? So as a lady, it is we ladies that have that responsibility. Your man may tell you, I'm the only one you should be looking at, but as somebody that is trained, you now know how to play your card, know how to buy the heart of everyone, know how to make sure there is love in the family. Don't side anybody. Don't side your husband against his family. Don't. Never side your husband against his family. Family is family. Family will remain family. It doesn't matter. So let the man you are going to get married to love you. Let the woman you are going to get married to love you. Let the family as well accept you. That is when you can sleep and close your eyes very tightly. If not.
Now, in relation to what Angela just asked, now we are looking at situations where two bodies are coming from different backgrounds, especially financially. You know, somebody, a woman that is coming from not too well-to-do background and going to marry into a very rich family. And from what the pastor said, the way you eat, the way you converse, the way you do things, and when you finish the food, they feel like, this one is a good digger, it's going to finish our son's wealth. A woman in such situation that really loves the man, not for his status or for his money, what is she supposed to do in such situation?
The fact that you are not, I pray every time. I am not too rich, but I pray every time that my children won't meet poor people. I pray it every time. And none of my daughter will get married to a poor man, and they will get married to a man that can take care of them. Actually, some people believe that the fact that you don't have cash. Some people believe that the fact that you don't have cash, and they have cash, they believe you are a gold digger. Some people do actually believe it. But as a lady that knows who you are coming with, you know what is in you. You know you are not coming to this man because of what he has. Let your result, let your result silence those people that have that mind about you. It's not that you two don't have potentials in you two can. Anybody, money have window and it can fly from this to this, it can fly from them to your hand. You focus on yourself, focus on what is in you. What can you two do? You are not going to compete, but what can you two do that will make you to at least be comfortable on your own? You understand what I'm saying? When there are issues, maybe your husband doesn't have much, need to contact the parents for assistance. That is when all those things will be coming up. And this one that you, when you go and marry this liability, when you go and do, make sure that there won't be a time that by so doing you have known that you are going to cut your cloth according to the not to your size now. You are going to cut according to the length. You understand me? You make sure you agree with your husband on something that we are not going to do anything excess that will make us need to run down all the time. You must let your husband agree with you. Don't put your children in school. They are the same people that will come. Why should you, when the father is the so, why should you go and put your children in so school? You are the one that want to pay your children's school fees. They are not the one to pay your children's school fees. You won't allow them to put pressure on you. They may do anything, they may want to talk you down, they may want to react. You are the one that will stand your feet. You know what you want. Whatever you can afford in your home with your husband, use it on your own. Don't live a life that will depend on them. With time, they will change their mind. I'm telling you, with time, they will change their mind. Some people are so, they believe that because they have this paper, that they are all in all. It is what you do that will let them know. You don't even look at what they have in their hand. You love your husband. Lay your hand on whatever you are doing. Pray that God bless you, God prosper you. Live according to your size. Don't live on their family name. You understand what I'm saying? Don't live on their family name. Live according to your size. If you come to their party and they say what to wear is not befitting, go back home. I'm telling you, you don't need to go and borrow to. Don't try to impress. Don't try. Some lady will now begin to want to impress, and by so you will be putting yourself in so many pits. You know the reason why you married this man is not because of the money. So if they have the money, let them keep it. You live your life according to your ability. Don't take your burden to them. When they waited and they see it is not happening the way they think, they too will have a rethink. They will have a rethink. That's the truth. And I don't know the reason why you are rich. Why can't you make your son's wife or your husband or your daughter's husband? Why don't I've been wondering why not to make them rich? You to make them rich now. Make them rich. But some people believe in that class. It doesn't qualify. It doesn't work our class. You live your class. Live with your husband in your class. Don't let them dictate. This is where you should live. Are they going to pay for it? If they want to pay for it, tell your husband no. Agree with your husband. And with time, they will know that it is not what they think that is happening. You are the one that will change their mindset. But if you want to play before this thing, I can't stay in such place where my father can't be so rich and we are eating like this. That is when they will call you more gold digger. But if you live according to your level, they will respect you. You don't cry to them for anything. It doesn't matter your challenges. You live according to your level. They will change their mind about you.
Well, in general, you know, this particular topic has to do with life, and life issues can be very elaborate. And just in, I don't know how you're going to put it, but in an analytical way, how do you expect one to relate with their in-laws? How should in-laws also relate with their children?
Thank you. You see, it will always come to the lady. It will always come to the woman. My immediate younger brother, my mom loved cooking. There's nothing my mom will cook that she will put this thing that we call Obagiri. Maybe you have been hearing in Tondo. That is what they use to cook authentic Ondo okra. That is that they sell in the leaf. If my mom want to cook stew, my mom will still put it. Whatever my mom want to cook, if you still don't put it, fermented melon, my mom don't believe she has cooked. when my younger brother now got married, the wife discovered that my husband was always making reference. She took herself to my mom and said, Mom, I've noticed every time we come around and you cook, the way my husband eats is different from the way he eats at home. Teach me some things. This is somebody a man has been living with for maybe 28, 29, 30, 35 years. I've always said it, when you are going to get married, that's why I say you can't marry your husband alone. The first person any reasonable woman should make the best of friend is the mother-in-law. Because this is the one that has been bonding with this person from conception. She will know everything, at least to some extent. Let's just put our pride aside. Let's just forget our ego. We are the one that know what we want. You are the one that know the kind of peace of mind you need in your home. Are you getting me? Be close to the mother. See how she does things. See how she prepares. If the husband is so particular about certain things, don't say, don't put me, oh, now you are married to me, oh, if you can't do this. No. Go to the person that know how to do these things. Relate with your mother-in-law like your mother. Show her that the love you have for her son don't want you to make the son to suffer. You want him to be comfortable the way you have been doing things with him. And as a reasonable mother-in-law, something happens sometime. Every time that guy is just got married, so every time when he closes, he will first pass through the mother's place to eat before going home. It now got to a certain time, the mother now called the friend. I've noticed something. What is happening? Your friend will always pass by to eat before going home. Why? It was the friend that now told Mama that the lady at home don't know how to cook much. And what did Mama do? Mama just tell the husband, his son, that he should tell his wife that he's hosting his club, that the wife should come and help her to prepare. So the wife came down, they went to the market, she took the lady through where she was buying everything. She priced in her presence, she bought everything in her presence. They went back home. They cooked for 3 days, different soups. He said the people that are coming are mighty, so she don't know what they will like. She take her through all the processes, and after each day she will pack some that will last them for like a week for the lady to take home. So after the 3rd day, when they now started finishing, the wife now see that the way the husband eats is different from the way he has been. You know, some men, they don't like trouble, just so that I won't say I forsake the food, just touch. But now see that the way he's eating was different from the way he has been eating. So as soon as the soup finished, she will now go to where Mama bought everything, bought the same thing, cook it the same way Mama did, and it was later the Mama now called the husband and tell her, I have nobody to host. I was not hosting any club, but your home must not be break. You don't need to come to my house to eat every day. I know your wife don't know how, but thank God she know how now. That is how a reasonable mother should do. Take this person to be your child. Thank God you are not the one that give birth. But if she's your daughter, what will you do? Some will now, hey, the wife you marry that can't even do this. No, we don't need it. That is why we are older than them. If they are making mistakes, we should be in the position to put them right. And as a wife or a husband too, if your in-law is trying to show you something, please don't be too big. They may not be as educated as you are. They may not be as rich as you are, but definitely they should know some things that you don't know. So we should humble ourselves before them, choose to learn from them, and we too are the elderly ones. When we see some flaws that may eventually affect this home, we should be in the position to quickly fix it up without letting the whole world know. If it is not for me, it doesn't. She may not know how to cook, maybe all through. A child that is in boarding school all through, what will she know how to cook? Throughout her primary school, she was in boarding school. Throughout her secondary school, she was. It's not that some of these people don't want to cook, but they have never had the opportunity. You understand me? Before they left home at age 5 or age 6, it is cook, it is cleaner, it is all these that are doing all these things. When they go to school, when they return maybe from holiday, they travel, they go. So eventually they don't know how to do anything. When they now get married, won't it show? It will show. one very important person in this town got married. The son and the daughter, they are both very great people, got married. So the wife doesn't know how to cook, but her mom got her somebody that is helping her to cook soup. So when they cook the soup, they will pack the soup up, keep it in the fridge. So whenever the husband come around, she will just take from the fridge, and the husband didn't know. So there was now this day that the husband came before the time that he normally comes, and there was no soup at home. The person that's supposed to bring soup, let's say the person supposed to bring soup tomorrow, so the husband now came like today and fix something that we can, she can't fix anything. She can't fix anything. And that was how the marriage got broken. A society wedding of two prominent people in this town. They went their separate ways. They don't need it. Your son have gotten married to this person. Do whatever you can. Even as a man, that is why I say we should, as we are training the female children, we should equally train the male child. If you discover that your wife don't know how to cook, and you know there is nothing, let's just turn it to competition. You won't say you want to train her. You won't tell her, I want to come, let me teach you how to cook. No. Look at the way that mama did her own. You just do it in a way that we God, I can quickly sense things. I know this man wants me to get something. This is, if I put something here, my husband will not shout, he will pack it. Maybe if I come back tomorrow and I put it and he pack it, next morning I will know this man don't want me to put this thing here, and he won't shout and he won't talk. You understand? If that is love conquer all that I believe in, that is where love can conquer all. Whatever you know is lacking and it's in you, try to bring it in so that that person too can flow. Some people are difficult to teach you. Some people are very difficult. As much as you are trying to teach them, they will be telling you this is who they are, what they are. But still, we have some that want to learn. It's only that they don't have who to teach them when they need to teach them. So if you discover such, please just go ahead and do it. I learned a lot from one woman. She was even in our school. She was a caterer then. I was so close to her. Everything. If I said I prepare a foriro, the water will flow. I was saying this is not the foriro. I moved close to that woman, and she taught me a lot. She taught me a lot. So any reasonable that want to stay in her husband's house, if you know your husband is so fond of her mom's food, please be close to the mom. Such a woman should be close to the mom. Learn the secret, get it from the mom before she leaves, so that your home can be intact.
Well, shortly before we go in, just less than a minute, what are your words to people who are planning to get married out there, and also people who are already in the marriage and trying to struggle their way through?
As soon as we realize that, oh, I'm not getting it in this area, let's put pride aside. You don't know before you enter into it. Now you are in it. You've seen the reality. Just cast your garment of pride aside. Move to people that can help you. If you need help and you keeping quiet, it won't help you. If you can pay for a cook, not to be cooking for you, but because you want to learn. You know, there's a way you pay for a cook and you won't let him know that you are learning from him. You won't let her know that you are learning from her. You want to learn. You want to do things. Make sure you correct anywhere you see there is a flaw. The moment you realize it, so this thing is wrong, don't keep doing it. Look for a way to change it. Whatever way, if you need to go to a culinary school, please go. It doesn't cost you anything. If you need to learn how to do, there are some things, I said it, that at least, even if you are so rich, you are richer than anybody, the first year of your marriage as a woman, you should cook your husband food and serve him. At least for the first year of your marriage, give him that singular honor. You are so busy, you are a career woman, you are this, you are just cook the time. For the first year of your marriage, attend to your husband directly, personally. Don't let any cook do. Don't let any cleaner do. Don't let anybody do. After you have now bonded, at least you have seen some. You cannot begin to delegate some responsibilities, but you are just coming from the altar. You already have a cook. You already have a cleaner. You already have this. What are you doing? What will you be doing? Why are you married? Why are you now married? You know my schedule. If you know your schedule is too much, leave marriage. Marriage is for people that have time. At least for the first year, do all you can. to personally attend to your marriage, to personally attend to your home, personally attend to your husband. Don't delegate it. Don't let any person serve him his food. Don't let anybody cook, at least for the first year of your marriage. And before you finish the first year of your marriage, you know that has become part of you. It will be difficult for you to don't give your husband food to anybody to cook. I will keep saying it and I will continue to say it. Don't give. I have grown up. I say I have daughters that want to get married. None of my children has ever served daddy, except maybe I'm not at home. And it is even so difficult. It's so rare that I'm not at home. I'm always at home. I'm at home. After my work, I come back home. Nobody cook for my husband. Nobody serve my husband his food. I cook by myself and I serve him by myself. I'm a woman. That is why I'm the wife. There are things you personally do for your husband that you don't let any other person. That is why you are the wife. So if you have been in marriage and maybe you are struggling, you want to do, some people want to do it, they don't know where to start. You understand me? Just make up your mind and start from somewhere. Just make up your mind and start from somewhere. If you see that you are doing this, you are not getting it right, look for people that know how to do it right. Either you pay them, buy their knowledge, or move close. You understand? Move close and get it. And if you are newly just preparing to get married, it is more than I'm wearing gown and I'm going to the altar. Marriage is a lifetime issue. It's a school. Marriage is a school. You will obtain your certificate on your wedding day. Then you now enter into the school. And you are in the school till Jesus will come. I pray we won't die suddenly.
Amen.
So what are you going to learn in that school? Your husband, your wife. That is the course. No chemistry, no physics, no French, no English. You are just going to study your husband. You are just going to study your wife. Those are the two people you are going to study.
Well, thank you so much for your time and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. I have been very enlightened.
Seriously, I am very much enlightened. I feel like I can step into the institution of marriage now.
Wow, okay.
Thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Well, to our viewers, thank you for staying tuned on DAYBREAK Africa, and this is where we'll be drawing the curtain on this episode. Thank you for joining us once again. Till we come your way again, I'm Angela Daku.
And I remain Michael Obagiri.